Hello ALM fam, it's me Michael, and today I'm going to be doing a video about our Disney vlog. Now, we were planning on doing still turning this into a vlog, but it's going to be more like a voiceover more than what I was planning on doing. I was really trying to get like more of an in-depth vlog over there at the park, but we ran into some issues. We ran into some mistakes, and even though that we did plan our trip and what we did want to accomplish over there and try to do during the Oogie Boogie Bash, we did not meet those accomplishments. Now, don't get me wrong, we did have fun at the park. It was a blast at the Oogie Boogie Bash. That kind of rhymed if I were to say it faster, but we did get to try some new stuff over there. We were planning on trying the Oogie Boogie treat, all the foods and snacks over there during the Oogie Boogie Bash, and sadly we only got to accomplish 2. But don't worry, I will be talking about those 2, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video. We're gonna be talking about our mistakes. We're gonna try to help you guys on what to do next time so you guys don't make these mistakes, and hope you guys enjoy this video. Alright guys, so I'm gonna start off with the footage that I did see that once I had seen it, I knew we were in trouble. And it is this clip right here.
Hey ALM fam, so right now we're on our way to Disneyland. We're going to California.
Alright guys, so if you see that clip, the first thing you will notice is you do not hear anything. Not a word, not a sound, but you see Ashley talking. Now, one of the problems was I did get mics for the camera, but when I was setting those up during the few days before we had went, our trip was ready in a day or 2, so I didn't really have time to figure out the problems to the microphone, so I just took the camera. I was gonna record like that, but I forgot to put the settings back to the original settings that they were at when you record without mic. So that was that. Did all the recording just for us not to hear anything. Besides, you can hear a little bit of the clips, but for the most part you couldn't hear nothing. So we started off the morning walking to Disneyland. This was Oogie Boogie days. We went straight to California. We got on a few rides in the morning. What we did was we got on Monsters Inc. My family was actually there, and we hardly hang out with my family. We've been there maybe like once or twice with them. My dad likes to do his own thing because it's him, my mom, usually my little sister. So they like to do their own thing, get on their own ride. Alright, so for the first ride we got on, it was the Monsters Inc. ride, and that was a must because this is one of the last times we're probably gonna be able to get on it. The Monsters Inc. ride, they're gonna be turning into Avatar Land, which Ashley's kind of disappointed in. I'm alright fan. I like Avatar. It was cool. It's cool. So pretty excited to see what that's gonna look like. But I am pretty sad that it's not gonna be. So we had got on that ride. It was, like I said, it was a walk-on. I had called my sister because they had just got to the park, so we had met up with them. They're already in their own little argument. Me and my family always argue. It's never a trip if we're not arguing or some type of argument happens. Anyway, we met up with them. We ended up going back on the Monsters Inc. ride with my parents. We got on with them. So after that, what we did was we were going to go on Toy Story Mania, but on our way there, me and my sister wanted to get on the Incredible Roller Coaster because it was a 5-minute wait, which is not bad. Usually I've always gone on as a single rider, but since my sister was there, Ashley never likes to get on. I went with my sister, which was pretty fun, her first time. So after that, what we did was we were going to go to Toy Story Mania. That ride was unfortunately closed at the moment, so we all agreed we would go on the Ferris wheel. And this is the footage I got from the Ferris wheel of Leo and Ashley. He gets this part from his mom. Our first time coming on this ride, Ashley cried.
I did not cry.
You were crying.
No, I did not. Leo, look, it's not swinging, see?
So last time it was actually the opposite. Ashley was the one crying and Leo was the calm one. But the roles were reversed this year. That one was a pretty fun ride. I always like getting on that one. I do want to get on the swinging Ferris wheel. I got on that one before, so there's always first time for that one when we go back to Disneyland. And after that, what we did was we ran into one of the churros that were new for the Oogie Boogie Bash. I don't know if it was for the Oogie Boogie Bash or it's just for all day. I don't really know. But it was newer than what we usually see. It was this strawberry caramel type churro right here. And Ashley did enjoy it right here. If you can see, she's enjoying it. And I took my own bite. I would rank it a good 7 out of 10. I'm not much of a caramel person, but the caramel, whatever you call it, was pretty good on it. So I'll give it a 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10 on that churro. I would recommend it. I did want to try this churro. I couldn't find it, but at the same time, like I said, we didn't go as planned as we were hoping to go as planned. So maybe next time for the Oogie Boogie Bash, we'll get that one. Alright, so from there on, we went to Cars Land. So we got into Cars Land and went on the Mater's Junkyard ride. That one's one of our favorites. There's some footage of us getting on that. So that was pretty fun of a ride. You know, that's always a must ride that we always hit whenever we do go to Disneyland. And then after that, we went through the shop, looking at some of the new merch. They have some pretty cool new merch here. Here's some of it. Alright, and then after that, what we did was we went on Luigi's ride. Yes, Luigi's ride. And this one's, I like this ride. Ashley and Leo like that ride. There's nothing too crazy. It's nothing, but usually if it's not that packed, then that's when I like to get on it, because sometimes the line is pretty long on that one. But it was a pretty fun ride. Right now, the main Cars ride is in refurbishment, so I don't even know if we would have got on that, because Leo's not a big fan of that ride. It is one of our favorite rides to get on when we went. We took Leo maybe 2 times on that ride. You know, the first time he didn't like it. The second time it was alright, but now he don't want to get on that. So we don't really force him on there. If it's something he don't want to do, then, you know, we'll wait till he gets a little older and he's ready for it. So yeah, that was all we did in Cars Land. Pretty fun. Like I said, we went on Luigi's ride, Mater's Junkyard, a little bit, went through the merch a little bit. Alright, so now we're at Avengers Campus. Pretty cool thing is we got to see the Spider-Man show and we got to meet Spider-Man himself. Check this out. Hi, Spider-Man. Can I get a high five?
Oh, hi, sir. I didn't see that. That's a cool camera.
Thank you, thank you.
Look at the tech, dude. That's
Some
awesome.
high-tech quality stuff right here. After that, we actually got to see the show. If you ever see the Spider-Man show, it's you know, it's a pretty cool little show. Here's some footage right here. After that, what we did was we went into the Spider-Man shop, and they had some pretty cool figures right here. I'm not gonna lie, I did have to get this action figure set for myself. This was pretty cool. It has all the villains on here, as you can see. This is a must get. If you come here, you gotta get this. Alright guys, so now I'm gonna be talking about the Oogie Boogie Bash and our experience with that, which I'm gonna say we did have fun. It was a fun experience. We did feel like we got we did see characters like Oogie Boogie. We seen characters like Dr. Doofenshmirtz, and we seen characters like and I personally wanted to see this character right here, Syndrome. He was the one I really did have to go see. I was 2 years ago for Halloween at the Oogie Boogie Bash. I actually was Syndrome for Halloween, the Oogie Boogie Bash. I did get this little footage of me showing him that picture, and he was pretty geeked. Let's just say he was pretty geeked out. I even told him I was a big fan of him.
Go. She couldn't find her vacuum cleaner? Wow, great sisters you are. Hey, Doc, what's up?
You know what it feels like to be a number 1 fan, so I just want to say I'm your
fan. Are you? He's got a picture of himself dressed as the only super. You know, I'm going to say that you're not wearing it tonight because you wear it so often. You had to finally take it to the theater. I respect that. I love your nuts.
A hero.
Oh, I am your hero.
Yeah, unfortunately, those were the only 3 we did get to see during the Oogie Boogie Bash. We didn't get to see Hades. We didn't get to see Ernesto de la Cruz. We didn't get to see the Big Hero 6 villain. There was a few different things we didn't, a few different trails we didn't go through either. But I would just say, because I have went through those trails before, I've went through Ernesto de la Cruz maybe like 4 or 3 times already. I did Hades 1 time, so I mean I did want to go see that one again, but I think we were gonna go through a Villains Grove walkthrough. My parents had went to Hades. We kind of had split up right there, and we started walking toward that. So I would say this was what Oogie Boogie Bash kind of worth it for us, because we've never really got to do the Villains Grove walkthrough. We've been to Oogie Boogie Bash maybe 4 or 5 times already, and we've never done Villains Grove walkthrough. So this was a pretty cool first time experience for us. I would say just from that, it was kind of already made the trip worth it. Because like I said, because we had never got on that. We always do want to try to walk through that Villains Grove part, and we never do. So for the first time, we actually did this year, and it was really cool. Here's some footage I got of it. There's some really cool parts when you walk through it, and if you ever go for your first time, I would definitely recommend going through this treat trail. And I would say this, during the Oogie Boogie Bash, the time goes by so quick. That's why you have to have your plan, what to hit, what you prioritize more. You know, if it's rides you guys want to hit at the night, if it's treat trails you guys want to hit more, or the photos. You just have to know and plan out what you guys want, because like I said, it starts at 6, it ends at 11. So I mean, the time's gonna go by real quick. You're not gonna have enough time to do every single thing at the Halloween Oogie Boogie Bash. So I would just keep that in mind. But the Oogie Boogie Bash parade was really fun. We got to see a lot of characters. Jack, Sally, we got to see the Headless Horseman. We got to see Ichabod Crane. He's a personal favorite of mine. I know a lot of people might not pay attention to Ichabod Crane in the story of the Headless Horseman, but I do like him. We got to see Ursula, Captain Hook. I got to see a lot of the dancers, the Haunted Mansion. We've been falling in love with that movie a lot, so it was really cool to see that. So that was our Oogie Boogie day and our Oogie Boogie night experience, which was fun. Like I said, I don't want to make this seem like, you know, we didn't have fun. It was a fail. It was fun. I enjoyed it from 6 o'clock. I enjoyed it from when it started to when it ended. I would probably say this is our second most funnest Oogie Boogie. I don't know. Might have to be top 3. It's for sure top 3. I was gonna say the one where we're dressed up as Elvis that year, and when we're dressed up as Ratatouille characters. Those probably are the top 2, and then this year's top 3 of the Oogie Boogie Bash experience. So now I'm gonna tell you guys some mistakes that we made that could probably help you guys for your next Disneyland trip or your next Oogie Boogie trip. So one of the first tips I would give is if that you're gonna be going to the Oogie Boogie Bash and you're going strictly to California that day morning, I would say get on the rides, like whatever rides you want to get on them right then and there. During the Oogie Boogie Bash, you're not gonna be able to go on all the rides that you want, go on all the treat trails you want, and take all the photos you want. You're gonna have to give up some of those to make up for what you do want to do. Now, me personally, the only ride I do at night during the Oogie Boogie Bash is Guardians of the Galaxy. That is the only ride I'll do. Maybe Incredible Roller Coaster if it's not that packed, but for the most part, the only ride I do during the Oogie Boogie Bash is Guardians of the Galaxy, and that's just because the wait time is so much less than what it is even when you rope drop. When you rope drop, you have to run there. I'm pretty sure it gets, you know, pretty packed. First thing in the morning is one of the Guardians of the Galaxy, the Cars ride, and the Incredible Roller Coaster are all, and even the Ferris wheel, like all of those rides all get pretty compacted during the afternoon. So it's always best to either hit those in the morning or during the Oogie Boogie Bash if you're gonna go that day. Now, if you're going to the Oogie Boogie Bash and you already have a lot of stuff, you could also get one of the Disneyland lockers. Now, I'm pretty sure they range, you know, from 20, 30 bucks. They have small ones, big ones, whatever you need, or whatever that you need for your preference, they have. Like I said, if you don't want to be carrying all your costumes or carrying a lot of stuff around, then I would suggest, getting a locker. They're just right there in the park, or you get one outside the park. Up to you. Now, this one I have been saying throughout this whole video is have a game plan. Now, we went with the game plan, but unfortunately our game plan didn't come to fruition. Now, what I wanted to do was mostly just go on trails, the treat trails, and go see the characters. But like I said during the video, all we got to see were 3 characters. Now, they weren't something that we were trying to get to. Like, it wasn't something that was like, hey, we have to do this. Like, we gotta go like after this trail. It was more, we did kind of let our minds slip throughout the whole thing. We seen Pain and Panic, wanted to go take a photo with them. After that, then we'll go do that. Then after that, so it went from game plan to just whatever we saw there. That's what we did. Which is, it was still fun. Like I said, we got to go on the Villains Grove walkthrough, which we never done before. So that was cool just itself, and made up for everything that we missed. But if you go with the game plan, like I said, you're either gonna do treat trails and get the photos, or get on some rides and do the photos. But you're not gonna be able to do treat trails, photos, and rides unless you could magically pull it off. I haven't magically pulled that off. Like I said, I really don't even try to get on all the rides during the Oogie Boogie Bash. I mostly just try treat trails and pictures, really. But like I said, it's always good to have a game plan when you go. Always plan out during the Oogie Boogie Bash what you want to try to prioritize more. So another tip I'm gonna give you guys is, and this is not for like every person's gonna go through this, but when we went to the Oogie Boogie Bash, it was hot that day. Like, it wasn't like bad. Like, we're from the Central Valley, so we're used to a 104, 110 weather. So you know, I'm from Farmville, so we're just used to that weather. It was pretty hot over there to where, you know, we had to at least buy like 6 water bottles from, you know, their water bottles are like $5 a piece, so you know it's already like $30 on just bottles of water. So I would tell you to prioritize taking some water, because it does get hot out there. And if you're in your costume, depending on what your costume is made out of, you're gonna be burning up. Yeah, that's just one tip. That's just a little tip I thought I'll throw in there is, and I never really hear that one, is take water. So stay hydrated out there. And these are just some real quick tips that I've already kind of put out in our other short videos. Is bring your own bag, because let's just say probably by the second tree trail, that bag will be full. So bring your own bag. All right, another quick tip is Oogie Boogie comes with free photo pass. So once it starts at 6 and you start taking photos and all that, you do not have to pay for the photo pass. It comes with the Oogie Boogie Bash tickets. And for the last tip is the Oogie Boogie Bash starts at 6, but you can start getting in at 3 o'clock. They start letting the guests in by 3 o'clock. All right, the last tip is the Oogie Boogie Bash starts at 6, but for early entry, you can enter at 3 p.m. All right, guys, so that's the video. Thank you for watching. Hope you guys learned from our mistakes. Hope you guys enjoyed this first video that we have uploaded. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like, comment to the ALM family, and see you guys for more videos.